Hey everybody, this is Wes again with Patio Grilling and Chilling. Today we are going to make some bacon jam, but we're going to do it with some bourbon. So we're going to see how this turns out. Basically it's going to be a condiment with bourbon. So you can use it on burgers, you can use it on just about anything you would put a condiment on. But today I'm going to be making it because I'm going to be putting it on smoked cream cheese later. So let's get into it and see how this works. All right, to start this bacon bourbon jam, we're going to start rendering down this bacon. I have cut it up. It was slightly frozen earlier and I sliced it up so kind of get these smaller cubes, but as we cook it down, it's going to fall apart. They're going to go into these little smaller pieces. Of course, it's going to render down quite a bit. We want it to be done. Right now I've got it on high. I'm going to turn it down to medium high here in just a minute. And once this cooks down, I'll bring you back and then we'll roll on with it and continue to cook this stuff down. All right, see you in a minute. Okay, we're back. You can see what the bacon looks like. I'm about to pull this off and I'm about to add the onions. So I just wanted you to see what this bacon looked like, how much it cooked down. You can see there's not much of it left, but it's the color we want. So we're about to pull it and then we'll put the onion in. We'll roll from there. Okay, I've added back about 2 tablespoons of oil from that bacon grease, and now I'm going to add in my onions. We're going to start these up. Get these cooked down, and then we'll start adding the other ingredients. So let me just cook these down. I'll bring you back when we got it where we want it, and then we'll start adding everything else into it. All right, see you in a minute. All right, we're back. Got the onions kind of where we want them. I'm about to add in a 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar and apple cider vinegar. A little ode to Toby Keith. Red Solo cup, baby. And here we go, just kind of start pouring it in. Slowly. All right, we're gonna start cooking this on down here. All right, well that's still kind of simmering there a little bit. Now this will be the true ode to Toby Keith with the Red Solo cup because this has got the bourbon in it. So here we go. Adding that bourbon in there. Ooh, man, you can smell that. You gotta love that smell. Pretty soon we're gonna have my 2 favorite food groups, bourbon and bacon. All right, I'm gonna let this cook down a little bit. Then I'm gonna add the maple syrup and the other ingredients. And we'll go from there, but we'll let this cook down just a minute and I'll come back when I get ready to cook the rest. All right, we're back. And I meant to tell you a minute ago, so the bourbon, I've used a 1/2 cup of that. And so I just want to, but you can use as much or as little as you want. I just put a 1/2 cup in mine. And now we're going to add we're going to add a 1/2 cup of maple syrup. And here we go. And that's the maple syrup and the balsamic. And I'm going to turn this heat up just a little bit. Kind of get it back to a simmer. Because I'm about to add some brown sugar to it. And then we'll start mixing this around. Oh man, you can smell these flavors between the bourbon, the brown sugar, those onions. Man, this stuff's already smelling amazing. Can't wait to try this stuff. So Now I'm about to add some spices to it. Supposed to be some thyme in here too. And yeah, well, we're out of time. I know, dad joke. But we are gonna add a teaspoon of smoked paprika and a half teaspoon of some cayenne pepper. And I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle this around in here. Like I said, you can put thyme in here too. I just didn't have any. Ran out of time. Another dad joke. All right, we're gonna let this cook down, and then we'll add the bacon back, and then I'll kind of show you what it's supposed to look like when we're done. All right, see you back here in a minute. All right, we are back, and I've already put the bacon back in, and you can see the consistency of it right now. This is how it's cooked down quite a bit, and you can go further if you want to. I like it still kind of a little runny, like I said, but if you can see when you push it back, how long it takes to run back to the center. So you can get it thicker than that if you want. Now, they say this stuff's supposed to last about 2 weeks in the refrigerator. I don't know who's going to keep it in the refrigerator for 2 weeks, because I guarantee you this stuff's going to be gone this weekend around here. So anyway, that's how you do it. And let's give it a little taste here, see what it tastes like. Moment of truth here. I'm sure it's going to be hot. Sorry, just blowing on it a little bit. Oh, wow. Okay, that's freaking amazing. I bet it's gonna be great once it cools down. Put it in the fridge, and I'm gonna put it on that smoked cream cheese later today. That cayenne pepper gave it a little kick. Man, that bacon is crispy. That balsamic vinegar, man, gives it a little kick. But that bourbon, man, that sets it off. So if I were you, I'd give this a try. It's really good, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be great on that smoked cream cheese this afternoon. Anyway, this is Wes, and this is Patio Grilling and Chilling, and I will see you again soon. Thanks, guys.